We're using a 3-shot, which we haven't used in a while, and we haven't had a guest in studio in a while, but now we do. We have the first one, and thank God it's her. Jennifer Bohr-Cuevas joins us. She's a clinical social worker. She's also a regular weekly contributor to Liquid Lunch, and now spokesperson for New York Parents and Teachers Against Distant Learning. Jen, thanks so much for coming to Staten Island and being our first in-person guest. Yeah.
It's so good to be back with you guys. I've
Likewise.
missed you.
We missed you. It's great to see you in person.
Absolutely. And you brought Jesse with you. And,
I did. He's getting his
Mr.
haircut.
Cuevas is here, so we got a whole family road trip going on out to Staten Island.
See, the husband was smart. He was not going to allow this beautiful woman to pal around with us while we've got a few drinks in us. So he made sure to take that hour-and-a-half trip from Long Island. Smart guy. She married well.
So, Jen, we're going to talk about, the psychology and stuff behind all this protesting and everything, but more importantly, I've spoken to my own kids, and they are like, Dad, we want to go back to school. I said, John, to my son, do you really mean that? Like, do you want to go back to school? He goes, because I go on TV and I say it, but do you mean it? He says, when you go on TV, say, I'm getting dumber. I'm telling you, this is what my kid said. He said, I'm getting dumber, Dad, because I'm not paying attention. My friends are always texting on the side. There's no way to stay focused, and I feel like we're getting dumber. And you are out there fighting hard to get our kids back in school.
Yes. As I talked about last week, I'm the spokeswoman of a group called New York Parents and Teachers Against Distant Learning. And since I have been with you guys since last week, we have grown to 7,500 members.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for the boys.
That bell, I missed it.
Yeah.
So we had our first rally last Saturday. It went really well. I think
Was there any looting?
No. There
Was
was
there
no
any
looting.
vandalism?
It was
peaceful.
very
How boring.
peaceful.
Oh, Reeve Ghost.
It was very peaceful. But there is a new development now. Basically, the rally we did last week was to introduce ourselves to Governor Cuomo. And now there's a new development that kids are now allowed to attend camp as of June 29th. And while, yes, that's wonderful for the little campers, that doesn't bode well with our kiddos that have developmental disabilities. And if we didn't have COVID, would have had been granted by special education something called extended education services. And they would have had those over the summer. So now we want to know, why is it okay that kids can return to camp, but they cannot have their education services over the summer, or it has not been announced yet?
So if I could coin a term here, they can't have their camp and eat it too. Does that work or no?
That does work.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a tale of two cities, right?
Yeah,
A group of kids can get together to go to camp and get out of their parents' hair, but a bunch of kids who really need special services and need one-on-one and need touch and need their assistants and people they work with to see their body language, they need to be back in a classroom.
Yes, and the extended school year goes from July till August, so I'm hoping and praying that we will be able to get that worked out between now and the end of June.
Now, Jennifer, I don't think that the mayor or the governor wanted kids to be home all this time and cancel school and have parents to worry about what they would do with things like childcare. But they did it because there was a very realistic threat of spreading this disease.
Oh, absolutely.
What happens come September if we reopen schools and there is a second wave, a spike? What would your attitude and view be at that point?
Well, the mission of the group is adopting the CDC, and we believe that if the CDC says don't go back to school, then we support that, and then our advocacy at that point will end. But if the numbers continue to go down as they have been, and we have contained the virus, then there's no reason why, if we put safety measures in place, why we can't make a plan to go back. So my group, our group, is about safeguarding that a safe, proper plan is put back in place.
Well, I wish you luck. If there's anything we can do, we're trying all the time to bring your message here to our audience and those watching in social media land and all around the land. But, you know, it's been such a disruption of these poor kids' lives, and maybe getting back to the certainty of something to do every day is another important step in recovery.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. And Jen, I want to thank you so much. I hope you'll have a haircut downstairs or a pedicure or something, because while we're doing a TV show, we got a full-service salon going downstairs. Manicures, pedicures, massages, blowouts, haircuts, barbershop, everything. Thank you, Jen. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being with us, but don't go nowhere. Model, actress, and supermom Zen Sams coming up next. Right here on Liquid Lunch. You stay right there.
Most financially successful people own assets that make them money while they sleep. They usually own real estate, vehicles, intellectual property, equipment, and more. These assets make passive income through leases, subscriptions, royalties, and fees that don't require time, energy, or attention. Your assets do the work, and you collect the check. So what kind of asset should you buy? The most valuable companies in the world, like Amazon, Google, and Apple, all have the same thing in common. They make a majority of their revenue from data technology assets, storing, collecting, processing, and providing data. It's all about the data. What if you could own data tech assets with a low upfront cost? Introducing Apex, a proprietary technology built to process and mine data and render artificial intelligence and 3D gaming at exceptionally high rates. Apex Tech has partnered with SafeTech, a subsidiary of a publicly traded company called InvestView. SafeTech's business model leverages Apex technology to disrupt the multi-trillion-dollar data tech industry, giving you the competitive advantage. SafeTech's growth strategy is to capture a significant share of the market. SafeTech will enter into a 60-month lease with owners of Apex Systems. Why would they do that? Why not just buy all the equipment themselves? The same reason most companies lease instead of own, to scale quickly without the upfront costs and for the tax benefits. So how do you get started? You purchase an Apex system. Then you can lease it to SafeTech for 60 months at a rate of $500 per month. That's a total of $30,000 paid to you over the life of the lease. So what's your responsibility besides purchasing the Apex system? Nothing. During the lease, SafeTech is responsible for any maintenance costs to keep things running for you. Just collect a check every month for the next 60 months. This tremendous financial opportunity positions you to follow the strategies of the financially successful. You can leverage data technology to produce passive income that generates revenue without your time, energy, or effort. This is what is meant by creating multiple streams of income. But the opportunity to participate will not last forever. If this concept fits your financial goals, take action today while you still have the chance.